Welcome to Place Bell and a very happy Mother's Day as we celebrate with a great day of women's hockey. Your starting goaltender is Gwyneth Phillips, making history, the first rookie goaltender to earn a playoff win in their first ever start. She's won 4 of her last 6 starts, allowed 2 or fewer goals against in all 6 of those starts. And at the other end, Renee Davies saw 24 of 27 shots she saw in Game 1. It was her first regulation loss in the playoffs. She has a good save percentage coming off a loss, 9-2-9. Teams a day off, practice under the belt, and right back to work. Montreal looking for their first win in the postseason. Meanwhile, Charge, first ever playoff appearance, and they get the win. Cheyenne Darkangelo with a game-winning goal in the 3rd period. An incredible finish. We knew it was going to be neck and neck. Expect nothing different. Montreal finished first in the regular season, selected Ottawa as their opponent, and fell short in Game 1. As they did last year against the Boston Fleets. Looking to change the narrative in Game 2 this time around.
I just love it in here. It's outstanding, the energy in the building. And I was looking on when the game first started and the crowd was singing, and I thought to myself, man, I wish I had this when I was growing up.
I'd buy a Pounder jersey. Willoughby trying to move this puck ahead for Montreal. A seamless transition for her since joining the Victoire lineup. But Coach Corey Chevry, always identify her on the opposing side when she played for the Scepter. She always caused havoc when she's out there, so certainly watch for her. A break for Willoughby on the backhand. Caitlin Willoughby taking a look here to the blue line. It will go looking for Wildren. Coming off her first playoff point, Wildren. Of course, both of Montreal's goals coming on the power play in Game 1. Now 5 of their 6 playoff goals have all come on the player advantage. The lone even strength goal was Poulet in last year's series in Game 3 against Boston.
Well, in Game 1, I thought that Victoire did a nice job of taking away the neutral zone on the Charge.
Shot here, just high for Cheyenne Darkangelo, looking for back-to-back goals in the playoffs.
She's been all around it, hasn't she? Just watch her back check here. I mean, that is a squeeze. Cut the ice in half. Make sure you're shoulder to shoulder and make some contact.
Brings that leadership. Appointed assistant captain here of the Charge with no Jinsey Rowe. So her first game with the A on her chest, and she gets that game-winning goal. 4 goals, 6 assists now in her last 9 games, Darkangelo, as this trio has been effective for head coach Carla McLeod. Darkangelo, Jenner, Venisheva, and on the other side for Montreal, Poulin, Stacey, and Gardner certainly had the looks. Power play was clicking for them, but these 2 top lines are going to be one to watch for as this series evolves.
Well, and often it's going to be the secondary scoring, right? The depth that finds a way to get on the board. That's something that Corey Chevry and her team has to find.
To center it will be Rebecca Leslie. Far end, her shot on net. Bringing her Scepter's playoff experience from last year into the Charge this time.
Well, you're mentioning Darkangelo and getting to the right spot at the right time, and she's going to get the game-winning goal last game. But how about this disruption? A nice little pop play, and now available back through the middle of the ice to get that quick release shot off. But she keeps her feet moving, tracking back through the ice, neutral ice, and is able to close quickly. When you can do that, you're not going to allow the Victoire to get on the attack. So a lot of hunt and pace to Darkangelo's game.
She's 66.7% against Poulin in that Game 1 in the dot. Kristen O'Neill, a break to the backhand. She scores! Kristen O'Neill opens the scoring for Montreal. Kristen O'Neill snaps her 25-game goalless drought. Another power play marker for O'Neill.
And this place is on its feet right off of a face-off, and it's going to be a block shot, but it's about the recovery. You can just see moving that puck cross ice, and guess who's going to get on the hunt? And you know that she's got a ton of wheels, and she's able to win the race in behind Ashton Bell to be able to get to this puck. It's off the boards. There she goes, sprinting to the finish line, to her backhand and through the 5-hole at Phillips. You said it, 25 games, and you can see the pure euphoria on Kristen O'Neill. She makes her way back to the bench, Kenzie, and this place absolutely erupted.
Last year, 2 goals in the playoffs. Again here in 2025. Her 3rd playoff goal for the Victoire. And a huge time for Montreal to get on the score sheet. Game 1, it was Ottawa that opened the scoring. They're looking to change charge against Ottawa in Game 2. In the zone for Ottawa as they look to respond. A big goal for Kristen O'Neill. We're talking about the depth, the importance of it. No bigger goal for the Victoire and for O'Neill. 25 games, goalless, remarkable. She only had 1 assist in the last 24 games. Out in front, D'Angelo tried to settle the puck. Jocelyn Larocque heads back for it. So O'Neill and Willoughby picking up her first playoff points will get the assist.
Well, it was just a great play, right? Recognizing that O'Neill has a ton of speed, so Willoughby makes that play, just putting it off the boards to a spot.
On the backhand, Maureen Murphy has been Victoire's most consistent point producer in the playoffs. Now registered a point in each playoff game as she gets tripped up. Jenner jumps on the loose puck to center. Venisheva over the blue line, goes 1-on-4 against Venisheva. She'll circle back, has support from Gabby Hughes. Hughes takes a look, she'll go for the shot. Save made by Desbiens, kept in the zone by Boyd. She'll let it go, a tip in front. A great look for Gabby Hughes. Boyd, her shot blocked in front. McMahon on the doorstep. Ottawa responding with some speed and some shots on net. Looking to even the scoring, as we've seen, no lead is safe in the playoffs this season.
Nice squeeze by McMahon there in the neutral ice against Boulier, going toe-to-toe along the wall. But you're seeing some back-and-forth action here. A lot of pace to this game, just knowing what's on the line.
Last game here in Montreal before heading off to Ottawa for Game 3 on Tuesday night. Poulet, the captain, out wide, tries to feed the pass to center. If needed, Game 5 will come back to Montreal. Poulet up, looking for Stacey. This trio certainly have their looks. Shots on net in particular. Contributed 55% of the shots on net for Montreal in Game 1. We talked about the top line dominance for Ottawa as well. D'Angelo's line, they contributed to 52% of the shots on net for their team. Poulet shot just wide. Stacey will get a hold of it. Out in front trying for a wraparound play. Phillips holds her post.
It's so difficult to contain this top line, and Carla McLeod spoke to us about this. She doesn't want her team chasing two behind the goal line on this line. Just knows that they're so strong, wants to make sure that only one is going below the goal line and everyone else is taking care of the middle of the ice.
Icing the call, head back into Montreal's territory. It was Ottawa that opened scoring in Game 1. That was actually only the second time Montreal had surrendered the first goal in the first 5 minutes. Special teams on the way, interference the call. Montreal's red-hot power play will go to work. Zerdakny taking a seat. She'll serve for 2 or less.
It's going to be an interference call, and it's going to be in the offensive zone. So this is one that Carla McLeod will not like, because anytime you're 200 feet from your own zone, you want to make sure you take care of business, and she's just impeding the forward movement of Dubois there. So she's going to get the call. Montreal back to work.
Went 2 for 2 in Game 1 for assignment team history. They went perfect 2-2. Kayla Barnes up for Ambrose, still looking for her first goal of the season. Poulet, 20 now on her season, down low. Barnes trying to feed it out in front, taken to the corner. Kept in the zone by Ambrose. 3 assists now for her in her playoff career. Keeps this puck in. Ambrose snaps it for Stacey. Up high, Montreal. A look here, she'll take it. Redirected to the corner off the inner skates of Ashton Bell. Poulet, another angle, down low for Gardner. Up high for Ambrose. Walking in, Ambrose looking near side for Barnes. Kayla Barnes deep in Ottawa zone. Stacey finds Poulet on the half board. She'll step down. Stacey's calling for it. A one-time shot off the stick of Vasco and into the netting. Wilgren goes back for it. Running out of time. Pressured down low by Clark. Hughes far side pass to Savalainen. This power play brought to you by Royal Tiger Towel Paper Towel. Power through tough messes. Desbiens settles the puck. Gabby Hughes will chase and she'll get a hold of it. Hughes taking a look on net. Stopped in front. Montreal had bodies. An sigh of exhale of relief for a Desbiens company.
I think if I'm Carla McLeod, I'd want to be rimming that puck. I want to get Desbiens out of her net, force her to play the puck.
In the zone, a chance for Boreen off the mask of Phillips. Talk about players looking to end their scoreless drought as well. Abby Boreen would love to net one here for Montreal. 16-game goalless drought for Abby Boreen, who has playoff experience last year with Minnesota in the semifinals against Toronto. Had an assist in those 5 games played. Kristen O'Neill, the lone goal scorer for Montreal. Over the blue line, feeds it out for Willoughby. Final seconds of this Montreal power play. Willoughby sends it down low. Brent Mentes, listed as a 13th forward coming into this game for Montreal. Engages in the board battle. Out comes Zerdakny. We're back to 5-on-5. Montreal landing 1 shot on that power play. First power play they could not convert on in this series on their player advantage.
That's something Corey Chevry talked about. We spoke to her pregame. She said, we just left it alone. We didn't work on it in practice, nothing.
It's not broke, don't fix it. So they left it to be and not able to strike here in the first period. Zerdakny on the far side. She'd also love to get on the score sheet for Ottawa. Another big depth player when she's got the shot. Look for that quick release, hard shot. She'll look to find her moments in game 2.
Well, Carla McLeod spoke to us about her as well and just said, listen, we want her with that shot first mentality. And she's got the shot, but she's got to get to the spots to get it off. And she even said, if she takes 8 shots, I want, even if they get blocked, I want her with that mentality to put it on net.
Phillips making that save there. As Ottawa comes to center, finding themselves down by 1. Game 1, Montreal only trailed for a maximum of 7 minutes, 19 seconds. Heading into the third period, but Dark Angelo changed that story. Now Montreal in the lead for the first time in this series, courtesy of Kristen O'Neill.
Well, that's massive, especially because they're so heavy in their top line production and they need that secondary scoring. So O'Neill providing that depth is certainly going to be a sigh of relief.
And Poulet drops it back for Barnes. Up high, Wilgren takes an angle. She wants a different one, lets it go. Phillips makes the glove save. Face off for Poulet in the offensive zone. Final seconds of the first period. Up by 1. Ottawa has won 3 straight now against Montreal, which includes game 1 of the playoffs. But right now, it's the Victoire in the lead. And it's Kristen O'Neill that found the back of the net for her first playoff goal in 2025. Stay with us. It's the PWHL playoffs provided by Shark Ninja. Kristen O'Neill makes this a 1-0 game for the Victoire as we open up period number 2 in game 2 inside Place Bell. Kenzie alone with you alongside Cheryl Pounder, Kelly Gregg ringside. Montreal still looking for their first ever playoff win. So O'Neill's goal in the first period, that's the Victoire's 7th goal in the first 5 minutes of a game, second most to in Minnesota. The volume of goals scored within opening 5 minutes. Poulet looking to make a scoring chance possible on Phillips, but she'll make the glove save. As the Charge head on the attack, looking for a centering pass, as Dark Angelo will go after it. 5 shots on net in the first game, one of those converting to her first playoff goal. Stopped up alongside Poulet. Venisheva. Also a point for her. She's got 3 assists in her last 4 games. Challenging Wilgren, who got the secondary assist now on O'Neill's opening goal. Will meet with the primary. That got added just moments ago. So Wilgren now assists in back-to-back playoff games for her. Terelova trying to settle this puck at center. She gets chased by O'Neill. Markowski to Mrazova. Katarina Mrazova with speed, going 1-on-3, drops it back. Leslie into the glove of Desbiens. Ottawa off the rush.
Well, that's exactly what Corey Chevry wants her team to contain, and it's the quick counters, and this is the strength of the Ottawa Charge. You get the puck, and Terelova is able to step up, and it's a quick north pass. You see it, you do it. Now all of a sudden you've gained entry with some speed and are able to get on the attack, get a nice release shot on net, and now you have an opportunity to line up for a face-off in the O-zone.
Mrazova taking the draw for the Charge. Willoughby getting it back for O'Neill. Sends it around. Leslie heads there first. Markowski along the blue line. Half boards to Leslie. On net it will go. Looking for a tip in front from Eichsna. Ambrose will pick up the puck. And herself Defender of the Year last year as we look ahead to this year's finalists awards. Fast having a stellar season as a defender. Poulet led in goals this season, put up 19 in the regular season, now has 20 goals, and 11 of those came in the second period. Poulet put up 8 shots on net in game 1, tying her career best last year in game 2 of the playoffs, but that was triple overtime. She put up 8 shots in regulation here in 2025.
She was shooting from everywhere, wasn't she? She was getting her looks, and Phillips had to be the task to keep her at bay, and was able to score on the power play.
Boulier protecting this puck as Willoughby picks it up in the corner. But a Phillips save percentage in the second period, last 6 games, 9.52. Pretty good for her. She'll look to keep it going as Mrazova chases after the puck. Willoughby pinning her. Montreal looking for some free space. Larocque protects. Leslie gloves this puck down. She'll chase after it. Keppel without her stick behind the play as Meixna tries for a shot. Up high it will go. Meixna looking to settle. Has support. Stacey protects. She put up 6 shots on net in game number 1. 13th time she's registered 5 or more shots on net in a game this season. Stacey end-to-end. Tripped up along the boards by LaRocque.
Well, Stacey's back out there, right? So you're starting to see Corey Chevry try and get this line out there a little bit more. She's can deploy her matchups accordingly, being the home team.
Now something we'd watch coming into this year's series is the deployment of the bench and the time on ice for these players. Quite evenly dispersed in game 1 as Gardner tried to catch on to the loose puck. McMahon the other way, out wide for Ottawa. Chips it in, chasing after it. Desbien's going to play the puck. Loose puck to center.
Well, you see Desbiens coming out of her crease, so the confidence to come out and just keep my eye on her and her skating and her push across, her movements. I think the Sharks will want to get her moving post to post right now.
And off her first regulation loss in the playoffs, Desbiens.
It's a great squeeze by Serdachmian.
Vasco gets leveled. Back up in time, though. We saw the physicality heightening towards the end of the first period, carrying over into the second. On behalf of the PWHL, we would like to extend our heartfelt condolences to the friends and family of Lisa Brown Miller, devoted wife, mother, and accomplished athlete. Lisa passed away Friday at the age of 58. Cherished member of the United States national team, as part of that gold medal in 1998.
The entire hockey community just mourns right now, and condolences to her family and friends. And you think of the gold medal and how the game was built and the alumni and the pioneers within the game. And Lisa Brown Miller, certainly proud of her efforts that have led to the game being at where it is today.
We'll remember her legacy. Montreal in the lead, 1-0 in game 2. Ottawa looking to find a response here. Off the inner skate of Dubois. Chipped ahead, gives a stretch for Willoughby. Caitlin Willoughby out wide for Montreal, drops it back. She had Catherine Dubois driving. Another look for this line. Quick change, out comes LaBelle.
You see that Montreal is certainly looking for that stretch passer player, and a lot of the time off of a reverse or just coming out of their own zone. We've got Kayla Barnes jumping down that weak side, so she's a right-handed shot, so they're likely looking for her on that sequence. This one will be different.
Kayla Barnes in front, looking for Poulin. Bell will pick it up, extending the pass, looking for McMahon. Swats it away to Emily Clark, who will chase after it. He led Ottawa in hits in game 1. Starts the back check. Wilgren finds Stacey. Laura Stacey shot. She scores! Laura Stacey finds a way. It's 2-0 Victoire.
Well, she said it hurts. And it doesn't hurt right now. This is going to be a reverse play, and you can see a clean exit. They worked on it at practice. They used the middle of the ice to get the exit. Look at the approach by Stacey to be able to take that on her backhand. That all starts in their own zone. Just love the ability to take the hit, to make a play, and now all of a sudden they're headed north. Look at Wilgren here. She recognized that Stacey's line is on a diagonal, so she feeds her onto the backhand, but that also means that she's on her strong side, just getting Phillips coming across, and she goes across the grain to get her first of the playoffs.
First goal of the playoffs for Laura Stacey. This is in last year's series against Boston. We saw the emotion in the post-game press conference after game 1. It hurts. They want to find a way, not only for themselves, but for this city, to get some playoff wins and go the distance. A lot of these athletes not afraid to say their goal this year is to win the Walter Cup. Stacey and company finding a way in game 2. So Anna Wilgren to assist now for her in this game. And Gardner, another playoff helper. From the blue line, Ottawa responds. Desbien's looking for it as they just sprawl out in her crease. And Boulier does the goaltending herself here. One back by Poulin. Montreal to the power play. A 2-0 lead. Both their goals in this game have come at even strength. Gardner down low. She'll take a look. Up for Poulin. Spins back. Mrazova with a great stick. Short-handed, here comes Ottawa, led by Katarina Mrazova. Out wide, Mrazova takes a look, draws it in, her shot off the post, just wide. We talk about Mrazova's deception in that shot. A great look, short-handed for Ottawa. Back the other way. Poulin leading the charge, down low against Gardner. Stacey there for Al. Mrazova pinning Gardner. Leslie breaks free. She collided with Desbiens. That led to that goaltender interference. She'll fire it in. Ottawa's going to go for a change. Switch up there. Penalty kill personnel. To center. Poulin takes the shot. Off a stick. Hits the backboards. Gives Hughes some time as Ottawa changes. Emily Clark leading the way. Has Hughes on the far side. Clark short-handed. Draws it in. Her shot. Toe save by Desbiens with the puck's loose. Catherine Dubois there just in time. Both chances for Ottawa coming short-handed here in the second frame. Dubois to Youngblood. Her shot, her body, all heads to Phillips' net.
What a sequence, a 200-foot play, and unbelievable turn of events here. You have a coach's challenge that goes the other way. Now you're on the power play, and guess what? What a play. Mrazova's going to hit the post, and that pipe, it is a ringing on that one. And how about Emily Clark looking for the power kill? Curl and drag, forehand, backhand, and brings it on net. And that's an outstanding save by Renee Desbiens, who looks healthy on that one. And then it goes the other way. You got Youngblood right in the crease of Phillips, who's able to hold on.
Montreal on the power play. Taven for Wildren. Who's this for Wildren in this game? 3 career playoff points now in just 2 games for the rookie blue liner. Taven up for Wildren. Murphy calling for it on the far side. Taven will tee up the one-time shot off the backboards. Murphy to the blue line. Dubois net front for Montreal. She's got 2 power play goals on the season as she corrals the puck and gets a backhand shot off. Great look for Dubois, net front for Montreal. 110 seconds to go on this power play. Their second of the game. Taven, high shot blocked in front off the shin pads of Youngblood. Now we'll do it. Out comes Taylor House on net. Phillips will make that final save. We are back to 5-on-5 play. Penalty kill looking good for Ottawa. It certainly strengthened as the season went on for this group. Face off at Ottawa's end. O'Neill looking to win it back. She's 57.1% in game 1. She opened the scoring here for Montreal tonight. Ambrose fires it back down. Ashton Bell pushed off by Willoughby. Venishva gains a hold of it. Ottawa starting their attack. Taven gets there first. Slaps it to center. Settled by Bell. Not much time with Willoughby right there.
You see Jenner circle here, and Ottawa's been doing a nice job of getting out of their zone and using the weak side of the ice, whether or not it's a forward or that weak side defender that's jumping in, and the reason why you've seen some production by their D as of late.
Venishva picks up this puck from Ottawa. Look at the charge blue liners. The last 4 games, 1/3 of their goals have come from the blue line. One of their 12. Jenner to Mrazova. Picks up the puck. Has Venishva. Does she have enough time? She gets the secondary shot off. Taylorova will try for Ottawa. Another shot on net for Ottawa's decor. She'll pin Barnes up against the boards. Mrazova will pick it up. Markowski taking a look. She'll pinch in. Ottawa looking to find an answer. Taylorova lets it go. Blocked by Dalton. Kept in the zone by Meiksna. Leslie paced by Darrell Gregg. Not afraid to put Craig up with Poulin and Stacey. Saw a bit of that in game 1. Rochevery liking her tenacity on the puck. And here comes Gregg now. Darrell Gregg from Montreal. Slows up, waits for support, looking for Dalton. Boulier keeps it in. Fresh legs. Boulier down low for Dalton. Darrell Gregg calls for it. Her shot blocked in front by Meiksna. Another chance here. Gregg pushing. It's sold away by Ottawa. Leslie on the far side. Slows up off the body in front of Keppel. Another block shot for her added to the collection.
Sat a line and caught up to that puck in a hurry, didn't she? Just some opportunities happening here, and some quick release shots, but some heavy pressure. You got to manage the puck, and so critical to manage it. You can see the cut back to the middle of the ice right there, and you got to be careful. LaBelle's going to take that puck away, but you can see the captain able to come in and just puts it to the middle of the ice. The delay has caused the coverage to go back, and getting a shot off is Vinisheva in that slot area. It doesn't connect on net. Just managing that puck is so crucial, and we talked about the margins being so small, Kens. Sometimes that's the difference.
Montreal's record when scoring first, one of the best in the league, an 80% chance of winning when they do score first in a game. They're leading after period number 1. They put up 8 wins, only 1 shootout loss. They've never lost in regulation after leading after the first period. Forward battle underway. Savalainen using her time. Boyd, loose puck. Boreen gets there first. In front, a chance here. Phillips hugs her post. Great job by Gwyneth Phillips. Ottawa getting a chance in their own other end. Clark at the far side for Ottawa. Drive space. Through the legs. Clark with the moves. Emily Clark dancing in Montreal zone. Zerdakny picking up this puck at center. She'll find Clark. Through traffic, Clark will go for another dance. Gets stopped this time as Taven uses the glass to chip this out. 2-0 Montreal leads game 2 of the PWHL playoffs, presented by Shark Ninja. Happy Mother's Day, Cheryl.
Thank you. My Lauren and Jamie are at home. Just at my sister's place. Hopefully having a nice meal and watching this PWHL game.
Lots of PWHL playoff action on deck for this Mother's Day. There this afternoon, Minnesota-Toronto. Game 3 in St. Paul. That series all tied at 1. Gardner for Montreal. This top line has a chance here off the backhand of Stacey. Got her first playoff goal in this game in the middle frame, where Montreal scores the most of their goals. Poulet in particular, 11 of her 20 on the season have come in the middle frame. Arcangelo, use it back for Vinisheva. Sends it on net. Desbiens will play the puck. Under 5 to go in the second period. Although now one more shot than Montreal so far in this game as Phillips turns it aside.
And communicating as well, just telling Teralova which way to go. And that's a great, almost acting as another defender back there when your goaltender can make that play.
Dubois the chance for Montreal. Tripped up as she tried to pull it to center. Oh. Fans wanting a call on that play. Dubois back on it. Tied up against Hughes. McMahon steals it back to center for Clark. Emily Clark, the Saskatchewan native, out wide, tries to get through the legs of Barnes. Teralova there for help, and she gets it on net. Support from Ottawa, making sure these shots find a way.
At one end, you know, you can hear the fans erupt thinking that there's no call on the play. Dubois just using her frame and power to try and win the battle here. And it's going to go the other way. It's going to be Emily Clark trying to get inside on Kayla Barnes. She does it now. That one-on-one is strong, but just when you have a player right in behind you to sort of collect the garbage, they're able to get a nice shot on Anne-Renee Desbiens.
Dubois opened the scoring against Ottawa when these two teams met at Videotron Center in Quebec City. 18,259 fans came out for that game. It was a 2-1 win for Montreal. Katie Taven had the game-winning goal in the power play for Montreal. Homecoming for her, and she stole the show with that opening goal. Younglund moving it ahead, looking for Boreen. Murphy onside. She will go as Ottawa looks to center. Murphy punches it ahead. She'll go after it. Maureen Murphy on the outside. Takes down Boyd. Challenged by Bach now in the own zone. Maureen, who's had some chances in game 2, finds Boulier along the blue line. The jumping puck. Boyd gets there first. Second game in the playoffs, Ottawa without Jinsey Rose. Day-to-day with an upper body injury, so a big loss for this group. Arcangelo with the assistant captain on her chest through the playoffs now. Ottawa's going to go for a change as this battle's underway in front of their bench. Zerdakny getting pinned. Barak in over the line. Taken by Boulier.
Two defenders colliding at the blue line.
Cranenses gets the red line into the netting. It will go with 2:29 remaining.
But yeah, the execution, just sort of the passes are just, you know, a foot off here, a foot off there. But what happens is you're not able to generate the speed if you've got to turn to pick up a puck or stop on it.
Ottawa best known for their speed. Bell, a former forward herself, gets clipped along the boards in front. Barnes has a chance. She'll take it. Her shot on net, redirected into the far corner. Leslie clears it to center. Wilgren up for Stacey into the zone. LaRock chasing after it. Gardner watching on. Ottawa feeds it to the near corner. Barnes heads there first. She'll take a look. Kayla Barnes in front. Poulin pinched. A great look for these five. Barnes will now go for a change. Ambrose back down low. 21 minutes, 39 seconds in game one. 6 minutes less than what she played in regulation last year in game one.
Well, you think the acquisitions of players like Wilgren and Barnes have lent to that.
Benisheva driving the attack. A great stick by Taven. Montreal the other way. Katie Taven leading the drive on the far side. It's Taven. She'll take the shot, but it's blocked by Taylorlova. Excellent job by Aneta Taylorlova. Ottawa disrupting that play. Montreal certainly had the speed. O'Neill working deep in the zone. Body's flying everywhere and behind Phillips here. Final minute to go in the second period. More Stacey getting Montreal on the board in this middle frame. Wilgren and Gardner with the assists. Jenner on the far side for Ottawa. Through center. Benisheva to the outside. Her shot off the stick of Boreen.
And you see another rush chance there by Ottawa. Just really want to make sure that they can get that pace through the neutral zone. When they enter with numbers, they can be very, very dangerous. We've seen them come through the slot for some high danger looks, in particular in the first period. But when they make those quick ups, they can be deadly.
Toe save by Davian. Younglund clears it away. Ottawa won 8 of the last 12 games of the regular season. Most importantly, that overtime thriller against Toronto to clinch their ticket to the playoffs. Playing some of their best hockey right now as they find themselves down by 2 in game 2. Wilgren winding down this clock. Clark, a chance for Ottawa. McMahon on net. Clark back to McMahon in front. Who's there? A shot by Savalainen, blocked in front. So many bodies. Another chance. This time it's Clark. And time will expire. What a push for Ottawa to close out the second period. Third period on deck between the Victoire and the Charge in Place Belle. Montreal leading 2-0. Jocelyn LaRock gets chased by Gardner. Points in back-to-back playoff games now for Gardner. We're going to build off of her NCAA championship with the Ohio State Buckeyes last year. Her Kayla Barnes-Markowski at the other side with Ottawa as well, bringing that championship winning experience to their teams this season.
Well, speaking of experience and wins, look at Emily Clark and what she's done on the national stage. And I just feel like she's got a lot of jump to her game right now, Kens. And she's also one that has won a national championship with Wisconsin. But just feel like she's playing Poulin really hard right now, and if she can get speed underneath the puck, she can go the distance. We've seen it throughout this game, her toe drag, but she has to have that pace underneath the puck.
Far side, Clark comes in with speed. Off the backboards, Bell on net, it will go. Stacey clears it away, and she'll pick up control. Laura Stacey on the attack, doing it herself in game 2, looking for O'Neill, the 2 goal scorers on the rush. O'Neill to the far side. Dubois trying to glove it down off the skate of Stacey as she went for a change. Wilgren now 3 assists in her playoffs. Sends it in. Taylorlova picking it up on the far side. With her 10 assists in the regular season for Taylorlova, 7 coming in secondary capacity.
That's a great steer by Dubois there. You know, you want to push to one portion of the ice and cut it in half, and that's what she did. Emma Malte is one of the best in the world at it, and just taking away the speed and negating the rush play of the Ottawa Charge.
Brianne Jenner leading the rush through center. Sends it ahead. Kemple beats her there. Reverse pass to Willoughby. Jenner steals it back on net. A save made by Desbiens. Talk about her bounce back games after a loss. Debian, 929 save percentage in games after a loss. Going after it. Boyd sends it down low. D'Arcangelo up against Keppel. Youngblood caught up by Venishova. You often see each other on the international stages. Sweden and Czechia.
That's a sustained pressure by Ottawa, just really smart in their positioning and their structure offensively with that F3, so they can pounce and come down on pucks.
Face-off will be to the left of Debian. Jenner will take the drop against Poulet. At 6.6% so far in this game in the dot, 10 of 15. Ambrose looking for support. Taven clears it away for Stacey. Back to Gardner. She'll skate into it. Markowski beats her there. Poulet and Jenner tying each other up. The captains taken down along the blue line. D'Arcangelo there for help. Into the skates of Jenner. Taven picks up the loose puck. Frees it away. Montreal will gain control. Poulet to the middle. She has a look. She'll take it just wide. Puck's there as Phillips tries to make the save. Venishova gains control. Great look from Marie-Philippe Poulet in this third period. D'Arcangelo out wide for Ottawa. Feeds it across. Just high for Jenner. Back in control. Ottawa looking on. A great stick by Poulet.
I absolutely love this, Ken. You got Poulet and Jenner trading chances here, playing and battling against one another, trying to win the race to the other team's slot area. And just awesome to see that compete level in both of those veterans' games.
Leading the way for both their groups. Ottawa's first ever playoff appearance here in 2025. Poulet looking to lead her team to a Walter Cup. You think of what Poulet has won over the course of her career, looking to add the Walter Cup to her cabinet. On net, just wide. Barnes gets a look of that bumping puck.
That's some hand-eye coordination. I don't know. That was in the rafters, that alley-oop. I lost sight of it. Don't know how she found it.
O'Neill engaging in the board battle. Now her and Maureen Murphy, the only players on the Victoire team to have multi-goal performances in the playoffs. Ottawa with speed, leading the far side. It's Emily Clark. 1-on-2. Trying for the toe drag. Poulier reads it. She has support, and Bourine steals this puck away.
Well, that's two plays that Poulier's made, one-on-one on Clark, and it's the stick extension. She's not big, but she's mighty, and because of her spacing, she's able to use her stick as an extension of herself. That's just textbook strong defensive play.
Poulier missed a few games this season. Turned January 17th, game against Toronto. Bach looking for Markowski. Maureen Murphy disrupting play, looks to finish the move. Maureen Murphy deep in the zone. Steered in by LaRocque and gets taken down as well.
Well, Bourine was on that weak side and she slowed down and just didn't go 100 miles an hour. Made sure she was in a nice pocket to be able to get that puck if Murphy could get her stick on it.
Damon trying to get this puck into Ottawa's zone. Zoe Boyd goes D to D.
You see Grant Mentis back in the neutral zone. It'll be interesting to see how they play this in their neutral zone with a 2-goal lead here.
In front, Grant Mentis, a shot, she scores! Oh, wait, no goal rather. Another post for Grant Mentis. What a sequence for Montreal. Hungry for their third of the game.
Well, and Grant Mentis, who's acting as a 13 forward tonight, does a nice job there in defensive position in the neutral zone, and that puck turns over and she pounces on it.
I can't wait to take another look at that. What a shot. Victoire applying the pressure onto the turnover, looking ahead on the attack. LaBelle to the far side, looking for Greg at center. Ottawa sending numbers, stealing it back to go on their own offensive zone entry, led by Mike Snap. Great save for Desbiens as the crowd comes alive in the third period. Grant Mentis looking at her 16-game goalless drought. Off the post, Grant Mentis will look to try again. Play underway in Montreal. Pockets in behind Phillips. Charge finding themselves down by 2 after taking down the Victoire in game 1. It was a third period game-winning goal by D'Arcangelo. Jenner opened the scoring on the power play. Serdaki in front. Masco inches away from picking up that loose puck.
Again, just another prime example of just a really nice exit that led to speed on the entry and just a little bit of a miscue on the execution. But Ottawa's right there.
A chance for Poulin. Off her skate to her pass this time. Boulier lets it go. Gardner taking a look with patience on net. Loose puck now feeds to the near side. Teralova chases after it. Off hit along the boards. Play will continue on as Ottawa tries for a shot. Boulier picks it right back up to the hands of Zoe Boyd. Her shot into the corner will go. Ottawa certainly increased her shots from the blue line as the second half of the season's gone on. Heard head coach Carl McLeod say before, wants to see more shots. Has really liked the shot of Zoe Boyd, has encouraged her to shoot more.
And the thing is, if you get in off the rush, you can attack off the rush and you can get those shots off. But even if you don't feel like you can get in, you can delay. And now all of a sudden you can hit the high ice because you've driven everyone back low. And I think it's such a big element of Ottawa's game and a reason why you've seen more of their D get on the score sheet as of late.
To support the puck as they enter the zone. Hughes will do this now off a few skates. We're going to pick up the loose puck in the slot. Wilburn will pick it up and head on the offense for Montreal. It's Maureen Murphy. Her shot into the glove of Phillips. Charge in the driver's seat. Defensive zone now. We're going to build off of a few good chances here in the final frame. Down by 2 against the Victoire. Jenner trying to pull this puck back.
Another nice one-on-one. You're seeing the back end just really doing their job from that standpoint.
Murphy leading the attack for the Victoire. Swatted away. Jenner leading the way. Asvanisheva and Darkangela with her. A chance for Larocque on the rush, and it's a shoulder save by Desbiens. Another chance this time. Jenner, a toe save by Desbiens. Oh my goodness.
I guess she's feeling better.
Vanisheva, a one-time shot. Charge. Elevating their game in this third period. Can't get by Desbiens, though. Off the face-off, looking for some room. Barnes clears it away this time as Desbiens slow to get up and behind Leslie. Looking for her stick, Desbiens. Watching on as Ottawa works it up high. Bell out wide for Ottawa on net. Desbiens makes the save. Barnes will pick it up. There's 7 to go in the third period. 2-0 Montreal leads. Ottawa finding another level though as Leslie takes a look and it's just wide.
That's just really nice anticipation by Jocelyn Larocque yet again at the blue line. The Victoire will want to manage that puck. They've got a 2-goal lead, and I'd be staying away from the middle of the ice unless they were 100% sure that play is there.
Stacey sending it around. Goal for her in this game, her first seed in strength against Ottawa this season. Vanisheva, foot race against Poulin. Hard player to beat, but she's got some room. Vanisheva pulls it back, and her shot off the backboards. An empty net. Stacey gets there first. Darkangel on the far side. Ottawa pushing here. Out shooting Montreal now, 27-21. Jenner picks up the puck along the boards. Teralova has a lane. She'll take it. Desbiens makes a save. Rebounds there. And Desbiens all over it. Another defensive zone face-off for Montreal. Ottawa wins it back. Teralova from the blue line. They score! Ottawa is on the board! With 4:37 remaining.
Well, we just saw a defensive play of the game, and Teralova was part of it. And this is going to be a face-off win, and it's going to be a 50-50 puck, and it's going to be Jenner that gets that puck down low, and it's almost like a triple screen. You got 3 layers of a stack. So a right-handed shot, she kicks it back to the point. Teralova recognizes there's bodies there and just goes through the 5-hole as Renee Desbiens goes down into the butterfly. There's a little bit of an opening there, and that puck finds it.
Teralova, her first career playoff goal. Back-to-back points now. She picked up an assist in game 1.
She hasn't scored since back on December 17th, so that one's got to feel good for the defender.
Just her second ever PWHL goal, and it comes in the playoffs. Teralova The captain of the Czech national team knows what it takes to rise to the occasion.
We also talked about faceoffs and the importance of them. Last game, Montreal won over 69% of faceoffs in the offensive zone.
Ottawa found a way late in this game. We've talked about how important their third periods have been as of late to help them not only solidify their wins, but get back into games. They're showing that again in Game 2. Ottawa won goal game specialist since February 26th. You look at that record, 6-0 prior to that in their history. There's a 23% chance of winning. Remarkable. So undefeated since February 26th in 1-goal games. Can they find a way here? Down by 1. Willoughby on net. It will go for Montreal. Nerolova will protect. Ottawa battling the clock. And the Victoire late in the game. Heitzna moves this puck ahead despite losing her balance. On the boards, Poulet looking for Gardner. Stacey picks up the puck for Montreal on the far side. Pushes it ahead. Boyd gets there first. She'll pin her up against the boards. Ottawa outnumbering Montreal in their own zone. Boyd's reverse play. Savalainen looking up. Poulet is going to head off. Montreal with fresh legs. Savalainen, a no-look pass to Clark. Gets caught up alongside the lineswoman as Jenner comes in with speed. Cuts back. Jenner takes the hit. Larocque right there for help. To the backhand for Jocelyn Larocque. Through the legs. Off goes Phillips. An extra attacker on the ice now for Ottawa. An empty net for the Charge. Puck gets redirected. Another critical face-off to the right of Desbiens. Poulet and Hughes. Back to the dot. Loose puck. Razoval drops it off. Savalainen. Ottawa in control. Final minute to go in the third period. Ottawa down by 1. Razoval to Savalainen. They'll work it up high. Benisheva shot trickles to the corner. Razoval will jump on it. Luzerne seeing her rise to the occasion when it's all on the line. Razoval takes a look. Drops it back. Savalainen tees it up. Benisheva off the skate. Backdoor. They score! Brianne Jenner, the captain, ties it up with 41 seconds remaining. My goodness.
Wow, they're working this play up high, and you can see just coming outside of the zone, you've got Benisheva, who's looking for the one-timer, but look at the back door, right-handed shot in Brianne Jenner, and that's why it's so important, your handedness, having left-right combinations here. Benisheva sort of has a bad angle shot, but she recognized that she's got Hughes and Clark in front, and right off the back door is Brianne Jenner, who opened the first game with a power play goal from the exact same spot, and that redirect comes right to her stick. And
3.8 seconds remaining. Offensive zone face-off for Ottawa. Jenner taking the draw. Won back cleanly by Kristen O'Neill. A board battle. Regulation wasn't enough. Game 2, we are off to overtime between the Victoire and the Charge. A third period comeback push led by Nerolova, led by their captain Jenner. And just like that, it's 2-2. Next goal wins. Well, the stage is set. Next goal wins. 5-on-5 overtime begins now. Off the face-off, Poulet wins it back. 57.1% in the dot in this game. Montreal, the best overtime record in the league during regular season play. 7 wins in overtime, just 3 losses. They could not get an overtime win last year in the playoffs. Poulet sends it right back down. Larocque will chase after it. On net, Poulet just high and wide. Victoire are looking to do something they haven't done before. Win a playoff game. The Charge will love to go up 2-0 before we head to the nation's capital for Game 3. Ottawa on the breakout. Arcangelo at center. So much can change in the third period. 3 minutes, 52 seconds. That's all Ottawa needed. Willoughby, shot save made by Phillips. Benisheva with Van Helper on Jenner's goal. What a pass it was. What a goal it was. Boreen, a chance here through the legs of Phillips. What a stop by Gwyneth Phillips. Boreen in disbelief.
Oh my, are you kidding me? What a play by Boreen. get in. And again, this is taken off right there, disrupted, and look at that wide stance, pulled through the legs of Teralova. As she's turning, watch Teralova coming to her, and she's sliding with the stick. And all of a sudden, that play, that is greasy. It looks to slide it through the 5-hole. Phillips just squeezing them together right at the top of her crease. That's a beautiful save and a fantastic play by Boreen.
Boreen, another one of those players looking to find the score sheet and in her scoreless drought. 16 games.
And she was high in the zone, right? So she came down to disrupt that puck and turn it over. And boy, nearly did some damage with it. Nearly got the GWG.
Meixna. Mrazova. Meixna on net. Save made by Dave Mrazova. Well, we've certainly seen her come up big in overtime against Toronto to punch their ticket to the playoffs. Can she do it now in the postseason? Stacey flips it in. Well, for her in this game, her first playoff marker. First even strength goal against the Charge this season. Larocque working down low against Poulin. Clark with some room to center off the stick of Hughes. Stolen away by Stacey. Facing after it, Larocque takes the body.
A strong play by Larocque, and she did it at the offensive blue line too. Just stood Stacey up. Stacey wound up getting in behind, but she had taken away her speed, and that's a veteran play.
Into the corner, near side. Clark on net, it will go, and Desbain will make the glove save. Here's Wenskowski, 11:48 in that third overtime that netted the winner for Boston. It was 4 hours and 47 minutes. Erin Ambrose played 61 minutes and 33 seconds in that game. Remarkable. McMahon on the far side for Ottawa. Hughes will pick it up. Ambrose right there. Off the glass and out. Glove down. Angelo feeds it in. Either Ashton Bell, she'll go for a change. First overtime in playoffs, 5-on-5. Poulin chasing after it here. Angelo in the corner, sends it ahead. Willoughby keeps it in.
We're seeing a lot of safe play right now, a lot of using the boards, using the glass, trying to just get it out when you're under a lot of pressure, especially the defending team.
Look at Ottawa's franchise record in overtime, 3 wins, 10 losses. They put up 2 overtime wins this season. Just 1 last year in overtime. As we've learned, playoff hockey, a different story. Savalainen moves it ahead, looking for a passing option. Both players head down, O'Neill and Jenner.
You see O'Neill just taking away that ice in the neutral zone, and she's likely going to try and get going so she can get a line change right now, but Mike's not going to return the favor on Boreen.
Boreen denied a great chance in the opening start of this overtime. Penalty on the way. Too many players on the ice will be the call. Elizabeth Mantha making the call here.
Montréal consomme encore trop joueurs sur la glace.
Boreen will head off and serve this too many players penalty for the Victoire, so a big chance for the Charge on the power play.
You can see there's 4, 5, and oh yeah, there is a lot of players right there, and so she's going to head off, recognizing that error in the line change, but nonetheless, it's going to be a huge opportunity for the Charge right now. We spoke about face-offs. Well, this one is absolutely huge.
This power play brought to you by Royal Tiger Towel Paper Towel, power through tough messes. Serdachny for Ottawa. Far side pass. Team one up at Savalainen. Emily Clark to Savalainen, the Charge with a great chance here. Strong third period push. Can they finish it in overtime? Meixna drops down. Serdachny up high. Pulls it back. Savalainen taking a look here. Wants another angle. Serdachny, we know how lethal her shot can be. We've seen her score a golden goal on the power play of the World Championship in overtime. Savalainen to Clark. She'll go for a skate as Ottawa keeps this puck to the outside. Savalainen will go for it, but it gets redirected to the corner. Danielle Serdachny back into the hands. Sends it off to Meixna. She'll step down. Meixna to Serdachny. Her shot on net, looking for a rebound. Clear to the far side. Savalainen keeping this play ongoing. Fresh legs. Darkangelo and Razovat to the ice for Ottawa. Razovat to center. Terrelova, goal already for her in this game. On net, another chance made by Desbiens. Marie Murphy trying to clear it away. Another stop by Desbiens. Well, it doesn't have to be pretty. You just have to find a way.
Well, that's desperation by Renee Desbiens. I don't think Venetia will get all of it, but nonetheless, a huge opportunity and an even better save.
A windmill save by Desbiens. A penalty on the way. Ottawa is going to have a 5-on-3 chance now. As Desbiens gets the touch. 6.1 seconds. Ottawa with the offensive zone face-off. Clark to the blue line. Savalainen, a shot. She'll take it. Blocked in front. Boreen plays it to the corner. And time will expire. One overtime wasn't enough. We'll head to overtime number 2 between the Victoire and the Charge. Underway in Montreal as the puck dropped in Place Bell. Hughes wins the face-off back. 14 of the 28 draws so far in this game. Finds McMahon on the near side. 2 former Bulldogs, long line of Minnesota Duluth graduates on this Charge team, including our assistant coach Haley Irwin, who was a teammate of Jocelyn the Rocks back in the day. The 2 played for the Bulldogs.
With the national team as well, Irwin just a strong player who had an edge and loved these types of games. Always came up big, her biggest moments in the toughest games.
Venetia looking for a loose body. Willoughby picks up the loose puck, tries to send it on net. The rock rolls off. He's leading the Charge in ice time right now. Moves it for McMahon. Looking for a far side pass. Caleb Barnes reads the play, who's leading the way for ice time for Montreal. McMahon through traffic. First shot off the back of Willgren. Loose puck there on the backhand. Desbiens without her stick makes the save.
We've seen Desbiens without her stick a few times in this game.
Venetia tried for the shot. Marie Murphy picks it up and heads the other way. She has Willoughby with her. Marie Murphy through center. Can't get the shot off.
It's a nice defensive play by McMahon as well. And you can see the pace just lagging a little bit. You want to make sure you have numbers with you when you're entering the zone. And you don't want to be 1-on-2, 1-on-3. You need a concerted effort. You need pace through the neutral zone, and you need to recover pucks.
Ottawa outshot Montreal 11-7 in that first overtime. They've now outshot the Victoire 36-22 in the last 3 periods. Rebecca Leslie has control. She'll fire it into Montreal's zone. Desbiens gets a touch. Razova lands a hit. And Mentes off the boards to Poulin. Marie-Philippe Poulin, double overtime. Will this be her moment? Pushed ahead down low. Gardner looking for Stacey on the backhand. Goal already for Stacey in this game. She got the second of the day for the Victoire. With speed, Ottawa through center. Moved aside by Clark. Boulier outnumbered, has help now. Stacey slows up pace, looking for Poulin on the half boards. Rimmed around, Boulier will pick it up. Finding Stacey, she'll head near side. Rink wide, Boyd picks it up. Now Serdachny for Ottawa to center. It's Hughes, a chance here, delays. Hughes out in front, draws in Desbiens, but couldn't connect with a pass.
She almost could have put it off of her back there. She was way outside of her crease, just right outside of the hash marks almost, being very, very aggressive.
Down low on net. In front, Montreal gains control. Stacey chased by Clark. Great job by Boyd to both fall to the ground. Wanting a call is Zoe Boyd.
No, that's a good no call. Laura Stacey it was like a hook and grab as well.
Clark in front. Desbiens will get the glove on it.
Well, Stacey did the wraparound as well, so I like the no call on that one. But you're seeing just Laura Stacey trying to go the distance there. I thought she was going to put that puck on deep 1-on-2. You see, if she's got the wraparound, she actually brings Boyd down to the ice. So the fans wanted the call, but if there was going to be one, it could have been an interference on Boyd, but then it would have gone right back to Stacey as well. The 5-on-5 continues.
Serdachny taking the draw for Ottawa. O'Neill for Montreal. 50%. Heading into the second overtime. Nice face-off numbers. Ambrose looking up ice, off the glass, looking for Dubois. Razova for Ottawa, takes on the charge, moves it for Larocque, spins back, Willoughby into her skates. Pushed off by Serdachny. Ottawa spending some time in Montreal's zone here in the last 3-4 minutes. Razova goes for a change, out comes Dark Angelo for Ottawa.
And you see how she's staying on the defensive side of the puck. Just now she's going to work her way down low as she sees Serdachny above it.
Ashton Bell has some real estate. She'll take this shot. Larocque for Ottawa, setting up down low, moves it ahead into the hands of Jenner. Final minutes. Hughes on the outside. Stopped by Ambrose. Kristen O'Neill takes a look for Montreal. Far side pass. Dubois has some room. Into the zone she'll go. Protecting. Has some time. Loose puck. McMahon moves it. Ottawa now on the attack. A 2-on-2 the other way. Emily Clark has Manna McMahon with her. Clark streaming down the near side. Gets by Taven. In behind the net. Clark seeing what she can do. O'Neill doesn't let that pass get through into the blue line. Bell to the far side under 30 seconds remaining. Taven will pick up this puck for Montreal. She'll get the red line and try and fire it in. Doesn't go the distance. Clark has some time. She'll enter the zone.
Well, that's one of those plays with that much time remaining. If you're not going to carry it in to make a play, you at the very least have to find a way to get that puck deep.
Well, Marie Murphy put this puck in deep for Montreal, and she'll find success there as time winds down. Triple overtime is needed for Game 2 between the Victoire and the Charge. We are in the exact same position we were last year. In Game 2 of the playoffs for Montreal, triple overtime is on deck.
I feel like Glenn's been at center ice right now for about 3 minutes, just waiting at the dot. She's been waiting there.
We'll still need to put a word in to get the snacks that Poulet is eating, but she is having herself a Game 2. More energy as time goes on in overtime. How does she do it?
Well, Kenzie, if you get a little tired, I can jump in for you if you need me to.
I'm just proud of myself for packing snacks. We learned from last year.
I'm going to try my hand at play-by-play on you.
We've asked Montreal what they learned from last year's playoffs. Well, what have we learned as broadcasters? Pack snacks. I'm out of snacks, though, so that's a problem. Bell to Jenner. Ottawa in Montreal zone. Third overtime underway here. Ottawa's put up 52 shots against Desbiens. The most shots she has seen, tying her career high. As Jenner trips up Stacy, both arms down by the officials. Play will continue on. Venetia Vaughn reverses the play.
That's nice spacing by Jen Gardner on Jenner, just knowing where she was. Your stick has to be able to disrupt the puck, and that's great spacing. And it's not too tight where she can redirect it and get to the space before her. And that's a craft.
It was at the 11:48 mark that Menskowski scored the game-winning goal for Boston last year in the triple overtime. Puck drop was at 7:09 that game. It ended at 11:56 p.m. 4 hours, 47 minutes. We're entering that type of territory in 2025. Savalainen tripped up. Seen both players tripped in neutral ice. Willoughby down low for Montreal. A great diving play by Zoe Boyd.
That's a great slide right there. Just, you want to take away that pass. You want to make sure you're not sliding yourself out of position.
Stopped by Phillips. Nice snap to Razova. Moves it ahead, Leslie. On net. Henriette Desbiens, her 53rd shot. Now a career record for herself in the PWHL. Most shots she has seen in a single game. Youngblood out wide for Montreal. Protects the puck. A lot of overtime experience for herself with the Swedish national team. Ambrose's shot into the glove of Phillips. Stretches high and tall to make the save. Razova taking the draw for Ottawa against O'Neill.
Dubois lined up directly behind her, and Erin Ambrose sort of a wide spread.
Dubois shut off the faceoff, blocked in front. Another great set faceoff for the Victoire. Ambrose down low against Savalainen. Two defenders battling hard. Now Boyd comes away with it. Savalainen. Final minute here. Savalainen to the far side. Brazova into the zone. Ambrose rims it up. Willoughby takes a look. Welcome addition to this Victoire group. It's coming over as a Scepter. Well, crazy to think these two teams now have played 2 complete hockey games in this game 2 of the playoffs.
It's a nice exit right there, and that starts with your goaltender acting as a defender herself as Phillips comes out to make that play.
Ottawa looking to end it here in Montreal zone. Protecting. Wilgren lays the body as McMahon finds the blue line. It'll be Taylor-Lova. Far side pass. On net. Backboards. Wilgren gets there first. Under 10 seconds remaining. Anna Wilgren floats it to center. Loose puck picked up by Markowski. History continues to unfold in Montreal. We need a 4th overtime for the first time in PWHL history. They're going to give it their all, still looking for their first ever playoff win in franchise history. Fun fact here, Cheryl, the last playoff game to go 4+ overtimes in Montreal was Game 1 of the 1936 NHL semifinals between the Montreal Maroons. They lost in the 6th overtime against the Detroit Red Wings, 1-0.
All I got to say to you is bring it, Kenzie Lalone. Just bring it. I don't know about you, but got a 2nd, 3rd, and 4th wins here now that we got charged up with some fuel on the other side. And I'll tell you who's likely charged up right now is Marie-Philippe Poulin and in the dot right now. Look at Stacey's alignment and Aaron Ambrose.
Poulin 56% in the dot through 2 periods of hockey. Might as well just start saying that, as we are now in the 4th overtime. 2 games, full games. Come and gone. Still waiting for the next goal. Ottawa looking to even this series. Rather, take the 2-0 series lead. Montreal looking to even the series. Stacey, wraparound play. Can Phillips hold the line? And she will.
You see a redirect there. A little touch of the puck by Poulin.
McMahon the other way for Ottawa. Her shot just wide. Emily Clark has had some chances. Markowski in now. Talked a lot about the shot blocks in that intermission. Both teams doing a good job of that. O'Neill looking to take advantage of the turnover. As Kristen O'Neill had opened the scoring in this game. Montreal finding 2 even-strength goals for the first time in this playoff series.
Nice reloading above the puck there by O'Neill, and now all of a sudden it's in their hands yet again. That's a great F3 positioning, making sure you're high. You don't want to give up anything off of the rush. You got to know who's out there at all times.
To center, Maureen Murphy moves it ahead. Murphy draws in, just wide. Younglund will pick it up on the far side. Abby Boreen along the boards. Keppel retreats back. Arcangelo, Divanisheva, Brianne Jenner, who tied this game up with 41 seconds left in the game.
Again, there's that wholesale change right now. All of a sudden, Montreal can freewheel out of their zone. I think you got to leave one in there to pressure after you dump that puck in.
Boyd moves it ahead to the far side for Meixna. Off speed on the rush. Dalton gets her stick in the lane. Razavana, Vanya Savalainen, and Netta will go. 58 shots. So Dave Bea has seen 58 shots. That is a new PWHL record. The most shots faced in a game. LaBelle, a chance. Her shot! Wave, no goal! LaBelle, how close should she get? This crowd to their feet, they thought it was over. Alexandra LaBelle. How did that not go in? We've seen a few posts in this game. Greg Mentes as well has had a ringer off the post. Montreal will look to try again. Will it be the captain? Poulin, top line to work. Stacey into the glove of Phillips. Stacey gloves it down herself now in the zone. Babin along the blue line for Boulier. Keeps it in. A long shot. Toe saved by Phillips. Well, she's been hot here to start this 4th overtime. What a sequence from Montreal.
Well, I'll have to see that LaBelle chance yet again, but sometimes when a goaltender challenges aggressively.
Poulin to center. Stacey, a chance to end it. Can't get by Phillips. A red hot glove on Gwyneth Phillips tonight.
Oh, you you can see Stacey right now, and she's hot right now because she knows it. But Phillips, my goodness. Sometimes when you miss and LaBelle's going to hit the iron, it's because the goaltender's aggressive. They force the wider shot. I think Sammy Jo Small would say that. Anyway, a former goaltender with the national team. Look at that little off play. You can see Grant Mentis draws in Boyd and then kicks it to the middle of the ice right there. Oh my goodness, off the bar, but multiple chances ensue. Laura Stacey on her strong side.
In warm-up, you can often find Dalton and Katie Tate playing rock, paper, scissors. I don't know what the loser has to do, but have to look into that after. The two having fun during warm-ups, and a chance now for LaBelle. Another look. Great chances for Alexandra LaBelle in the fourth overtime for Montreal.
Well, the Charge have put up 60 shots on goal, and you look at that number, it's just simply incredible.
LaBelle played last year with the New York Sirens. This is her first taste of playoff action. She's one of 7 Quebec natives here on this Montreal roster. Meanwhile, Ottawa going to take a 2-0 series lead. A win could go a long way for them as they bring it home on Tuesday. A shot looking for some room, blocked in front by Maureen Murphy. Rebecca Leslie with speed. Murphy blocked that shot as she's laboring on the bench now. She couldn't put her right hand back on her stick. Arcangelo all alone. Jenner and Venisheva join in to the blue line. Taylorova off the boards. Barnes will pick it up. LaBelle off the boards, finds Dalton. Sends it down. Markowski will be first on it for Ottawa.
And that's one of the difficulties. It's hard to play connected, right? When some are getting a line change while the other ones are pressuring, so you don't have that support in numbers all of the time. Just over 4 minutes remaining in this overtime.
2 full games in another period here. When you add it all up, Dubois scores! The Quebec native makes history as a Victoire take down the Charge in overtime.
Unbelievable work here, and it's going to be turning over above the puck. We've been talking about it all night long. It's going to be O'Neill. She recognizes that Dubois is coming down the middle of the ice. She doesn't take the shot. She doesn't want another block, so she delivers it. And that is a beautiful top shelf shot by Dubois to get the game winner. But it's all about positioning and disruption. And Kristen O'Neill, who hasn't scored in 25 games coming in, gets a goal to start this game, and she gets the primary helper to end it.
Let's hear from the historic goal scorer, Catherine Dubois, who's ringside with Kelly Gray.
Catherine, after 5 hours, hold it off. How do you feel?
Oh, I'm just happy we got a win and it's over now.
I think a lot of people here could say the same thing. It's been a long game, a lot of relief. This is the first playoff win in franchise history on the end of your stick. How important is tonight?
It's important for us. Every game is important. So we're happy that we win this one and we're good for the next one.
Is this the longest game you've ever played?
Yeah, it is.
All right, go get some rest. Thank you.
Catherine Dubois makes history. The Quebec native earns Montreal their first ever playoff win, and this series is all tied at 1. Well, puck drop was 2 p.m. It's now 7:47 p.m.
Woo!
A game we won't forget, and one Victoire team and fans will never forget. Dubois, your overtime hero. On behalf of myself, Kenzie Lone, Cheryl Pounder, Kelly Gregg, we thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you soon.